از اون ایرانی بودنمون در واقع طرفداری بکنیم.
دفاعمون اکثرا توی لیگ قطر بازی میکنن، دارن تلاش خودشون رو میکنن، بازیکن‌های خیلی خوبی هم هستن، ولی اینکه نداشتن فورواردهای تراز اول توی لیگ قطر بتونن توی به دفاعی که حالا توی قطر دارن بازی میکنن فشار بیارن، فکر میکنم این یکم شرایط مطلوبی برای تیم ملی ایران توی این بحران زمانی که سرمربی تیم ملی ایران این بازیکن‌ها در اختیار داره، فکر میکنم شاید یکم دچار مشکل بشه.
Federation decided to choose Mr. Queiroz again. He will coach Iran for the third time in World Cup.
حالا کاریزما خیلی قوی داره، استراتژیک فوتبال بازی کردن خودشو داره و بازیکنان فکر میکنم از اون حرف شنوی دارن میتونن حالا تو فاز حمله و دفاع به اون سبکی که کارلوس کیروش توی دیدگاه و افکار خودش هست بتونن توی جام جهانی بازی بکنن.
من خودم خیلی به این تیم ایمان دارم. شاید احساس میکنم یه جورایی با این اتفاقهایی که این روزها توی جامعه ما افتاده، فکر میکنم شاید یه نتایج خیلی خاصی رو اون بالایی خدا برای شاد کردن دل ماها رقم بزنه، چون بچه‌ها واقعا تواناییش رو دارن. ما فوتبالیستایی داریم که دیگه همه در سطح اول جهان دارن بازی میکنن. انشالله که این همدلیه، اون یک ملت یک ضربان، 80 میلیون یک ضربانه پشت تیم ما باشه، قلب‌های ما برای تیم ملی میتپه و ما بتونیم یک در واقع ما که میگم منظور تیم ملی آقایونه بتونه یک افتخار آفرینی خیلی بزرگی رو داشته باشه.
England is the best team of Group B.
خب انگلستان یک تیم پرسابقه، یک تیم قهرمان اروپا شده. فکر می‌کنم یه دورم قهرمان جام جهانی هستش. بالاخره تیمی نیست که دارای قوی‌ترین لیگ، یکی از قوی‌ترین لیگ‌های اروپا رو داره. کار رو برای بچه‌های ما سخت می‌کنه.
انگلیس یکی از بهترین نسل‌هاشو داره، یعنی یکی از بهترین نسل‌های بازیکناشو داره، ولی خب فکر می‌کنم که خیلی از هوادارا با من موافق باشن که گرت ساوتگیت مربی بزرگی برای نیمکت تیم ملی انگلیس نیستش.
England has some problems in their back line and it can help Taremi or Azmoun who are in top form.
I think Iran can win but it's 50-50.
پیش بینی من بازی ایران انگلیس احتمالاً 0-0
و اینکه فکر می‌کنم در بهترین حالتش با تیم ملی ایران مساوی کنه، در بدترین حالتش هم یکی دو تا ازشون می‌تونه.
پیش بینی کردن که فکر می‌کنم یه چیز اشتباهی باشه در مورد فوتبال، چون
اگرچه که با توجه به شناختی که کیروش از انگلیس و لیگ انگلیس و بازی‌های انگلیس داره، من تصور می‌کنم که این افت اخیر تیم ملی انگلیس و ضعفی که نشون داده در مسابقات اروپایی شاید این زمینه رو ایجاد کرده که ما با انگلیس بازی حتی ممکنه که راحت‌تری داشته باشیم. من شخصا فکر می‌کنم که بازی با ولز و امریکا ممکنه برای ما سخت‌تر از بازی با انگلیس باشه.
ولی من همیشه گفتم شاید کلیشه‌ای باشه، شاید خیلی‌ها بگن الان جواب نمیده، ولی اون ایرانی بودن، اون غیرت ایرانی بودن به نظر من خیلی وقتا میچربه به تاکتیک‌های تیمی، به یک سری از اتفاقایی که توی تیم‌های دیگه حکم‌فرماست. من فکر می‌کنم که ما بتونیم یه مساوی آقای کیروش از انگلستان برای ما بگیره.
Goalkeeper Bayran Vand played in all three games in 2018 and saved a penalty from Cristiano Ronaldo, no less. Iran's well-drilled defence let in just 4 goals in final qualifying. Mo Harami faced Chelsea twice in the Champions League this season. Captain Haj Safi and former Brighton winger Yahan Bahash equal the Iranian record of playing at 3 World Cups. Danger man Taremi has already scored 5 times in this season's Champions League. Sardar Azmoun, who has 41 international goals, he's not fit enough to start after a calf injury. Carlos Queiroz is back again as coach. He took Iran to the last 2 World Cups, but only got the job this time 3 months ago. It's an opportunity he probably wasn't expecting after missing out in qualifying with both Colombia and Egypt. You know him well, Rio, of course, from your Manchester United days when he was Sir Alex Ferguson's number 2. Good coach?
Yeah, top level coach. All the details he cared about. I mean, as a young player, who hadn't really won much in my young career, he came in and really was identifying the details in your individual game, but also as a collective, as a team.
It's important for you?
Really important.
Yeah.
Just little things, even in training, he'd come and pull you sometimes and say, Rio, I haven't seen you sprint in the last couple of sessions. You can't just switch that on in a game. Your body's not, it won't function right. Yeah. And just little things like that was great. But tactically, more than anything, he was so astute. And for everything in terms of how good Sir Alex Ferguson was and being a maverick, and he'd be very much trying different things on the front foot all the time. He's a pragmatic coach.
Yeah. Did he ever get you to sprint?
Yeah, when I needed to chase this man or someone like that up front.
What was the dynamic like between him and Sir Alex? It's different, obviously, being a number 2.
He was. I was saying there, the manager was really on the front foot, wanted to attack games and dominate teams because he believed we were the best and had the best players. But he always had an air of caution about him, and he was that caution on the shoulder of the manager to kind of... He made us play more 5 in midfield at times when we were going away to teams in Europe, especially, or in some of the big games, even in the Premier League. It wasn't always us attacking teams. Be a bit cautious, but also... On the transition, it was huge about that.
A lot of shape stuff, moving from left to right and knowing when to drop, when to...
Exactly, and it is defensively great like that. He drilled us loads, rep after rep. But then once we won the ball, the transition to then attack teams and the way players moved in
I think we have conversations about these people before, and I think you give them a lot of credit for the way Manchester United defended the years after he left, even.
Yeah, so and that was for me, that was a telling point about how good he was as a coach. When he left, we were still living off some of the traits and some of the training sessions that he provided and set up for us 2-3 years after. And he's a magnificent coach and an even better guy.
That's how his team's going to play today, isn't it? They're going to sit deep and they're going to try and hit England on the counter attack, aren't they? That's how he plays his game.
Yeah. Queiroz says of his team, which I quite like this. He said, "When you're a coach of Iran, if you don't have dogs, you go with cats." Wow. Have they got any big cats? Micah?
They got some big cats, but I mean...
Not as big as you.
I knew that was coming out. You just teed him up nicely, didn't you?
I'm providing role now.
But what's so good about this team, you mentioned it, in the final qualifying, only conceding 4 goals. They've got players who can hurt you on the counter-attack, which Taremi, who you want to speak about, but defensively, they all know where to be. And this is why I think it's going to be so difficult for England today to break them down. Yeah,
Taremi, 5 goals in his last 3 Champions League games, Rio, for Porto, of course. You know him?
Yeah, I know him quite well. I've spoken to him quite well on the phone a few times. He's a really good guy.
Where'd you know him from?
I just knew him through a bit of business that we were weirdly enough. But more importantly, this guy knows how to score goals. 1 in 2 international level, 7 in 13 games in qualifying. He's a bit of a hybrid between a 9 and a 10. He's very happy to come short and to play and link things in and tee other players up. But he's as adept at going right through and scoring goals. And when he gets through, this guy knows how to score. He's got 90 goals and assists in 109 games since he's come to Portugal 3 years ago. So he's a real good player, and I think this is what I mean. If they get on the counter in transition and they get into these positions and chances do fall to this guy, we'll have to be worried about it.
He scored a stunner, didn't he, against Chelsea in a quarter-final in the Champions League, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think what you said is perfect between a 9 and a 10. He can actually do both. Because this team play on that counter-attack, 1 minute he's in the pocket of space, next minute he's running behind, but it's his composure right in front of goal which is brilliant. Rio's mentioned the numbers. It's just left foot though. We'll let him off with that one. But yeah, he is going to be a danger man for them today.
It's a long, lonely role that he's got to play up there.
There's the numbers. He's in some good company up there.
Look at them names above him. There. But Portugal's obviously not one of the big 5 leagues, but look at the names above him.
Yeah. Some really, really good. Sure. Well, whilst Taremi was playing at the World Cup in Russia, England's Jude Bellingham was just 14 years old. Today he wins his 18th cap for England. The only player in Gareth Southgate's squad to be based outside the Premier League has been speaking to Kelly Summers.
England's history makers.
Jude, there's been so much excitement from England fans about you. How ready are you to be a key part of this England side now?
I'm ready to play whatever role the manager wants me to play, really. I think I'm here because I've played well for Dortmund and in the last games for England. So, yeah, I believe in my ability, but also don't want to get carried away. I just want to go out there, play my game and help the team win as always, hopefully.
Tell us a little bit about Jude Bellingham as a person.
As a person, determined, confident. I think my whole life kind of revolves around football, really. So I think all the characteristics you probably see on the pitch, they're similar off the pitch, but a bit more toned down, I hope. When I get onto the pitch, I feel really free, to be honest. In the warm-up, I don't try and be too tense. I try and practice things I know I would use, but in a way that, you know, makes me feel free and like expressive.
Can you be free and expressive in this England side?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think there was almost like a bit of a myth, like, I don't know how it was in recent years, but that the players came and they didn't feel as confident or as free, and I think since Gareth's come in, they try and emphasise a lot that, you know, you're here because you're good players, you all bring stuff to the squad. That really helps me to kind of get into the right frame of mind.
We haven't yet seen you score in an England shirt. Do you think that's to do with the position you play within this team?
Maybe I'm saving it. No, I'm joking. I've been trying, I promise, but yeah, I've got into some good positions in the last few games. I think it's about making the box, being in the right positions and staying calm in those moments.
When England got to the semi-final in Russia, you hadn't even made your debut for England under-16s. It's been a remarkable rise.
At the time,